Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Menu TrueNet, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Survival Mode here in Honest Hearts. Last time we made it here to the Soros camp and had a good explore around because there are a lot of flipping caves dotted around this little camp. You don't really just kind of visit and say hello to Daniel, no, there's a lot flipping more here. Including mysteriously somewhere up there a cave that's actually full of white legs, but no one seems to notice or mind the fact that their camp has been completely infiltrated, but never mind. And today we've got 3 more quests taking us to the one bit of the map we haven't really been to yet. But would you believe Joshua Graham wants to say, oh yes, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Joshua Graham, yes, now he wants to say hello, hello there.
By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down, yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
I have literally no idea. Something about a city being destroyed, I'm guessing. You don't want to leave Zion, you'd rather kill every last one of the White Legs. Yeah, that sounds something like a Joshua Graham would do.
Given those 2 choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work. And the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
And yes, indeed, this conversation did just get pretty dark. What was that about dashing the little ones?
Happy are those who do the work of the Lord. Zion belongs to God and the people of God. It is a natural temple and monument to his glory. When our Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts, did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away?
No, sure, but while my knowledge of the Bible may be a little bit rusty, I'm moderately confident Jesus didn't actually murder everyone in the temple either. Now, out we come from the Narrows, and if I immediately turn right, we should actually get to, towards the direction of the one area of the map I haven't actually been to yet. And that is past here, past the general store and all these caves here, and past Patriarch's campground. Yeah, if we cross this bridge here, we'll get over to this body of land, which is actually very close by to where we started, because this is where we entered. That was the bridge we got ambushed on, and here is where we met up with our guy for the first time. Yeah, if we head over this bridge, we'll get to this body of land, where there are a few new bits and pieces, as well as our first quest here, where we've got to either kill or steal the totems of a few of the flipping white legs. But there's a couple of other interesting things around here as well. Before I do that, there's one spot around here I haven't visited yet. Here we are, the Caterpillar Mound, which I didn't actually bother to get on my map last time. It is in fact literally right here, so this will only take a second. Here we are, Caterpillar's Mound. I'm not quite sure why it's called Caterpillar's Mound. It's just got some flipping Xanderroot on it, so nothing particularly interesting. But here it is. It's nice to know it's there. I'm also interested, before we push on, by the way, about this area to the northwest up from the river, right next to the Narrows. Because the map actually goes up quite a long way this way, and there's actually no quest markers up here. So I can't actually remember what this area is for. So, yeah, a bit of a mystery for me. I'm going to go and explore. And when I say I'm going to go and explore, what I'm also going to do is be very, very careful, because I'm kind of out of ammo. Like, yeah, I've got plenty of ammo for my stun gun, which is nice. But in terms of, like, my actual, my main guns, I've got literally 1 bullet left. So I'm mainly on the unarmed or the tomahawks at the moment. The tomahawks are pretty bloody powerful. You can get the sneak attack. So I'm kind of hoping I can make do with that. But yeah, there's something up here at least. Hello. Ah, it's just some spore plants up here. Fine. It might just be more Vault 22 stuff. That would be about right, I think. Let's see if we can... Actually, I'm not sure if you can sneak up on a plant. I assume they, like, you know, see in front of them, despite the fact they literally have no eyes, but whatever. I feel like that's probably in range. There we go. Oh, almost dead. Apparently it took a second one. Lovely. That is a little bit of ad hoc gardening there, and that counts as a melee strike. Oh, I don't like them. They make my skin crawl. Blah. Right, on we go. And, we've definitely got more here, but what is it? It is indeed more giant spore plants. Oh, you vaguely know I'm here, don't you? get you one of... Oh, never mind. Tiny bit further up. That'll do. Right, that's a critical strike apparently, so that didn't do very much. I've got basically no bullets here. I might need to go and do this by hand. And when I say do this by hand, that's going to be a little bit difficult when they're potentially over there. Well, we're going to have to give it a go. Right, in we go, in we go, in we go. That's right, go for her, not for me, not for me, not for me, not for me, not for me. Don't hit me. Oh, this is apparently their attack is... Oh, their attack's feeble. Their attack is incredibly feeble. Right, apparently, they basically can't do anything to me. So that's good. That means we're going down the completely sheer cliff face. Lovely. I didn't realise these guys were so weak. I thought they actually attacked reasonably hard, but no, apparently, with my new armour, they basically can't even touch me. So that's good. We'll just go and do a little bit of pruning by hand, I suppose. Right, up here we go. Hello there. You're not going to bite me, interestingly. You have no bite attack. I feel like they should do. They should have a really powerful bite attack at close range, but they don't. They just keep doing their acid spit over and over forever. And dodge, and more dodge, and then just... Oh, apparently they do have a bite attack. It's just no more powerful than their spit attack. And I don't... Or possibly he was just leading forward to do a spit attack. I'm genuinely not sure. Now, where's Waking Cloud, by the way? Oh, it's another spore thing. Apparently they went for her, not for me. And also you guys, stay down there if you... Oh, you're way more powerful. How's the... I think I possibly just killed that guy with full damage. Marvellous. Because enemies do take full damage. You just don't see it very often. But if you can push them off a high thing, it does happen. Waking Cloud appears to have done a reasonable job. She hasn't bothered taking care of that yet. Yeah, I had a feeling there was a second Vault 22 encampment around here. I just couldn't remember where it bloody was. So, one more plant around here. I've barely taken any damage at all. I'm loving my new armour. Hello there. Oh, you're creepy as anything. Can you just keep facing that way while I just finish you off? Thank you. Nope, nothing of interest at all as far as I can see. It's just a bunch of skeletons and, yeah, just some basic camping equipment, but barely even any ammo box or anything, which makes sense. It feels like the guard camp was down by the river watching the entrance, and possibly the people who weren't on guard duty are up here. Interestingly, Waking Cloud hasn't followed me. Not sure if the AI is just bugging out slightly there, or if she refuses to go up to that area because it's marked as taboo, because there's a bunch of white handprints on the wall up there. Come on, Waking Cloud, are you... Please tell me I'm actually stuck inside a Brock flower, because that would be embarrassing. Now, back to the Patriarch's campground we've been to before, though it feels like potentially... No, that'll be an animal up there. Yeah, we cleared out this place not long ago, but over here in, in Honest Hearts and in New Vegas in general, enemy respawn rates are incredibly quick. So, just because we've cleared out some guys here, you know, a few days ago, that doesn't mean there's no guys here now. They repopulate quickly. Indeed, over there... Over there, there's something, but whatever it is, it's one person on their own. I feel like we can probably handle it. Oh! It's that mole rat that's in the ground. Hello, do you need some help? I feel like you're potentially... You know what? Maybe we'll just leave the terrifying ground mole rats. They're indeed buried underground. Actually, that's fair. They're moles. So it's kind of appropriate that they have decided to dig down. I suppose. Why not? So yeah, we're heading south now, heading for a bridge over towards the one bit of land we haven't really been to yet, and I believe we should be. Yeah, here's Court's Fork Overlook, so we're on the right path here. Nothing here much, to be honest. Lovely scenic overlook. So we just keep heading in this direction. I need to try and find a bridge. This is the corner of the map I'm least familiar with. Good, I've found a bridge. That's good news. We've also got a good way to kind of look up and around here to make sure that I'm not about to... That's not a good place to... This will be a good place to drop down. Lovely. Go down here. And here we are, the final bridge over to... Oh, hello. You are a storm drummer, and that's a little bit on the worrying side. Are you on your own? There's... He's creeping. And then there's... I'm pretty sure that's a large, potentially fire gecko over there. That's a large gecko. That gecko's fighting something... Look, Waking Cloud, will we stop talking so loud, please? Your special ability is stealth versus these guys. There's a... Oh! I think that there was a gecko versus gecko fight. Blimey. Right now. Be very careful, because, yeah, the Tomahawks are powerful, but only really on the sneak attack. Oh dear. Right, well, this has gone horribly wrong then. Right, let's just go over to something nice and unarmed. And now we just run up to him and basically just attack him with a big stick. There we go. Don't let him kill her if possible. Lovely. Right, I think you're going to need another stim pack, aren't you? Oh, no, you're fine. You look like you were really weak then. By the way, we've got a bigger problem. No, we don't. He decided to go away. We may or may not have a bigger problem. I'm not sure. Hello. No, he's decided to run away instead. That's fine. By any chance, did you have any 45 ammo on you? Because I'm really, really bloody short. But sadly, the Wildlegs don't generally use it. They use really damn good. They use amazing guns. But I feel like it would be cheating to use them, so I'm not going to. Let's just keep you, hang on, topped up on the old health, because if you die, that's unfortunate. I think she's not one of the essential characters, by the way. She can die without Chaos at Zion triggering, but I only wanted to because she's actually quite useful for some of these little quests here. Now, first things first, drop down here and over here. You can still see that gecko over there, but if we can work around it, I will. And first stop over here is just this ranger station up on this bluff. Nothing major. This is Station Echo, I think. Yes, I think the sign actually says that right there, in fact. No, it doesn't. It's Eagle. I remember it began with an E, and everything's already gone a bit wrong. I feel like they're probably, hopefully at least, fighting right now against, a group of geckos or something, which might well soften them up and move them out of position. But before we go over there, let's head over here. I just kind of want to go and visit everything. Like, many of the high spots don't have much in them. They just reveal nearby map markers, which, again, is kind of useless. Like, it would be really useful in, like, Fallout 4 Survival Mode, where your compass is really short range. But in, like, New Vegas Hardcore Mode, it doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest. But still, it's nice to feel like we've visited everything, or close to everything, at least. Hello, what's badding up here? Well, there's something here, and it's very close by, but I haven't seen it. Oh, it's just a flipping bark scorpion hunter. Come on, game. Apparently, I can just flipping sneak up on it because the ground here is weird. Yeah, there we are. Just bat it. Just a quick backhand there. Yeah, the ground here has gone a little bit on the... Oh, no, it's fine. It's fixed itself. It's okay now. Don't worry. Don't look. You never saw that. And there's a very hard gun case here. Well, that's intriguing. Is there a key? Well, go on. I've got 2 locksmith's readers, which is enough to get me up to 100. Let's see what this does. That very hard case contained 1 hunting rifle and then 7 bullets. I feel very ripped off here. Well, at the bare minimum, I suppose it would make sense, like, pre-war, if there was a ranger up here and he had a hunting rifle, he would probably lock it away in a very secure case, so I guess we can say that at least. And we do actually have from up here a good chance to overlook the actual place that we're going into next to figure out what we need to do. So hang on, this is not necessarily the best angle. If I go up onto this rock, this should do. Yeah, I can spy down onto the Whitelegs camp here, figure out where are the totems and where are the warriors. I can't see the totems from this side, so I think they might be around the other. Fine, we might need to creep around. Night will be the right time to do this. They'll be asleep. I've got Waking Cloud with me, which means they're less likely to perceive me. So if I just sneak up and around the camp, I just need to locate the totems and grab those. Because, 3 against 1 with the Whitelegs when they can have flipping riot shotguns and anti-material rifles. And right now, I've got 1 unarmed weapon and I'm not an unarmed specialist. I don't like those odds, especially when both me and Waking Cloud are very distinctly mortal. So let's play this carefully, shall we? Through here, up and around. Ah, I see it. I see it right in front of me. Right, this is going to be a bit of a tricky grab, though. Cloudy, you just wait here for a second, alright?
As you wish.
Thank you. And now I just go in nice and quiet, grab the totem that's right in front of me. I've got her with me. I've got high sneak. Admittedly, I'm wearing big, relatively heavy armor, which doesn't work so well, but if I'm lucky... Ah! That's what the gunfire was earlier. A massive bear came into the camp, and they killed him through that. And now, up to here. Grab. Straight back out again. Directly walking through a bear. And that is it. Nice and quiet. Lovely. Now the next camp I believe is a little bit on the bigger side, and also we might have to take out some wildlife before we even get there, because we're definitely not there yet. I don't think this is them at all. This is... What am I even seeing right now? This is a little bit on the concerning side. Hello. Oh. What is that noise? I don't recognise that noise. Hello? Oh, 1 dead gecko right there. Fine, then that's a leaf. Oh, it's a giant bear! Fine, okay. Well, maybe we'll just put a nice thing in them. I missed. Okay, just keep going. Eventually, I'm going to hit it. Or not. I'm going to keep hitting the tree instead. There we go. I think I hit one of them. And then he got behind me and murdered me. Okay, so need to be a little bit more careful of the bears. Got it. You know what? Let's not go via Bear Pass. Bear Pass is a silly place. Let's start back from the bridge and head over in this direction instead. Because actually, I don't really care about the bears. There's something much more important I want to pass by over here. I believe that's the Virgin River itself. I don't need to worry about that. So it would logically be right over here somewhere. The final chapter in the story we've been telling this whole DLC, the Survivalist's final resting place, is just round the corner, if I can get to it without being eaten myself. And conveniently, actually, I think I'm coming on the right direction to potentially grab the war totem right here as well. So, here we go. Right here, I believe. This little overhang. Yep, the red gate. Now, I've just got to find a way to get up to the red gate. Right, hang on. I just need to remember what that is. It looks like the approach will be from that direction. But that direction is pretty much directly on top of the flipping camp. And I can already see the white legs over there. I can also see their totem, however. So hang on, we may need to work around them. Because I need to get my way up top here. And it looks like just climbing straight up the red gate isn't gonna fly. But yeah, the red gate has something very, very important for us. And here's the Red Rapids docks as well. Yes, another little location. Fine, we've found almost all the locations in the entire game at this point. You, stay down here for a second. I'm going in up from the river, because I believe that will be the best angle to go and grab the totem from. Yep, I believe that's it, straight ahead of me there. Even though I've told her to wait, she's still technically part of my team at the moment. So if I just now very gently squeeze in here, go and grab the thing. There we go. In and straight back out again. And that is the quest complete. Lovely. Those guys demoralised. They'll give up without a fight. Very nice. Before we go any further, I do need to find my way up to the top of the red gate, because that's equally important. This'll do. These rocks will let me up top, and from there I should be able to navigate around, hopefully at least. And here we are right next to the red gate. We have got ourselves on a bed a skeleton. Say hello to the man whose story we've been hearing this whole time. This is an unmarked location. The red gate's there, but it's not marked as like his grave or anything. But here we've got the Survivalist duffel bag, pretty much confirming that this is our guy right here. And of course, you may recall previously we've actually been told we've got all of the logs. We found all the logs. No, we haven't. There's one final one in here. And perhaps even more importantly, we have got his rifle, the Survivalist rifle. This thing's a bit of an oddity to my mind. It's actually the unique variant of the service rifle, but takes a different type of ammo. The service rifle is the 5.56, this is the 12.7mm, which is very expensive, very rare, and it's a rapid-fire weapon. And to my mind, a rapid-fire weapon using 12.7 just doesn't really work for me, because you're never going to have enough of it to make it worthwhile. But as you can see there, the actual, the figures attached to it are pretty bloody impressive. Damage 54, DPS 231, you're not going to question that. When you do fire this thing, it's bloody powerful. And it comes with 60 12.7 rounds already, which is welcome. It's a pretty nice looking gun, and dressed in this armor with this helmet and this gun, yes indeed, it is basically like the Survivalist walks again. So there we are, I meet all the requirements. Gun 75, 54, 231 on the DPS, lovely. But more importantly, of course, we do indeed have the final quest log. January 2nd, I've been leaving notes for them and gifts. They like the books. Started with stories but moved on to weapons manuals, medical books, practical stuff. In the notes, well, it's embarrassing, almost like the cards people used to give each other. Everything's sweet and loving. I tell them to read and to learn and to make the most of their new home. I tell them I'm giving them Zion as a gift to make up for all the sorrows of their lives so far. And the sorrows man has visited on man. I tell them to be kind to each other and modest. I tell them never to hurt each other, but if someone else comes along and tries to hurt them, to strike right back with righteous anger. Stuff like that. I sign every note, the father, because, well, just because. January 18th. Have I mentioned that I'm dying? Mind's still sharp, lungs are the problem. Might be cancer. Cough's been getting worse for months. Finally, there's blood in it. Getting harder to visit my little friends, breath so short. I've given away most of what I own. They'll find the rest in the caves when they get a little older. I don't want them to find me, though. The father is a broken-down old man. Disappointment. It's time. I don't want another birthday. And you may remember, of course, we know his birthday's in February from his previous notes, so very soon indeed. January 23rd. It's cold enough that I won't last long on the high mound up next to the red gate. I think I've got enough breath left just to make it in time. I'll just lie down and stare at the sky. Feels right. I hope they'll do well. I hope no harm comes to them from within or without. Did my best to prepare them with the last few notes. Said something kind about each one of them, what makes each one of them special. Told them the father was pleased by their kind nature, that it would be up to them to handle things on their own from now on, that I'd be silent, but still watching and still caring. Lying then? Oh yes. Lied to you, Shah, and Alex, and Sylvie. Told you I'd be with you forever, but I wouldn't go back and unsay it once if I could. What was the point of it all? So many failures. But I'll never forget your face, or little nuts, or, sorry, Sylvie's. They used to say that happened after a while, but it never did for me. Maybe the only point of all this living was to keep those pictures in my head going for as long as I could. It was the only life I could give you. Not a day went by without. It wasn't choice. I chose to die again and again. Just never did. Body had its own drive. Well, the little ones will need it. Species will need it if it's to continue. That blind drive onward. I wish them well. It's been a gift to me, at the end of it all, to behold innocence. Goodbye, Zion. Randall Dean Clark, February 5th, 2053 to January 2124. And there we are. We actually get his name at the end of it all. The survivalist name was Randall Dean Clark, and we can see there, it's been heavily implied, but this is the point where it's pretty much confirmed that, yes, he accidentally started a religion. Whether he actually kind of wanted to or not isn't clear. I don't think he really wanted to. Maybe he himself was Christian pre-war, so it just kind of felt like a logical role to play as like a mysterious helper figure. But yeah, because he wanted to kind of take a non-interventionist policy and kind of be anonymous, starting, from the original group of Mexicans that showed up where he just left them little bits and pieces, but never showed himself to them. He just kept to himself, but gave them little gifts. He accidentally became the god, and he gave them their name, the Sorrows, and he informed the philosophy of the entire tribe, and it's just lovely. It's a lovely, lovely story that's very real and very difficult to read at places at the beginning, and very tragic, but at the end very hopeful, and about rebuilding rather than just the tragedy and the devastation and the brutality. And for that, it's a very Fallout story, and I love it. I just absolutely love the final story. I love the fact we actually get his name if you bother to dig it out. And I love the fact that, by the way, this isn't an actual map marker, the survivalist final resting place or anything like that. No, there's just the red gate, and nothing in any of his previous notes says he's going to go up to the red gate to die. You just find this body here in this bag, and that gives you the final note. He's just, at the end of the day, he was just some bloke who died somewhere. And there's nothing of, epic significance here. It's just a skeleton and a bag. And, as far as Zion's concerned, it is just a skeleton in a bag. So, yeah, it's just lovely. It's one of my favourite stories in all of New Vegas. And even though, Honest Hearts isn't generally regarded as, one of the best DLCs, I will say, the story of the Survivalist is one of my favourite, just little, quiet side stories in the entire franchise. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? We've got plenty more to do today. In fact, next up, we've got to go and get that map of the Grand Staircase. I've already been to Morning Glory Cave, but apparently it hadn't spawned in yet, because I did look around and I couldn't find it. There we are, in the bag in his room, the Grand Staircase map holotape. I'm certain I searched that bag already, because that's one of the bags for getting the special achievement for finding all 6 of his caches, excluding, of course, the final one, which apparently doesn't count, that's the 7th. But, yeah, I searched that before, it wasn't there, but apparently it's just there now, so isn't that nice? Easiest 355 XP I've ever had there. Marvellous. Next up, I've moved us back to the Eyrie. You may recall we passed that by earlier, where we've now got a choice. We can either go and straight up murder an encampment of Whitelegs over there, if you're more in the murdering mood, or you can just clear a bunch of traps off a bridge. As long as you've got light step, of course, clearing the traps is simplicity itself, so we're going to go down that route. Because it's easier and also just feels more appropriate. The straight up... Oh, hello. Well, there's something going on over there. That presumably is Whitelegs, but hopefully we can just get in and out without them seeing if they just ran off anyway. Very carefully just make our way down the cliffs here. Yeah, I think those two that ran off are now looping round to their camp, because I can see they're on the move round to here, which works for me because they're leaving all the traps. Possibly those were the trappers who just actually finished their job. So that's fine. Down, 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 down. Lovely. For role-playing purposes, I'd probably rather be doing this at night, but I'm not going to go out of my way for that. No. Instead, we can just head over here, and now we've just got to go and deal with these traps one by one. So, disarm bear trap, and just keep an eye on those markers over there. They might theoretically come back, but hopefully we'll be fine. I can't trigger these, and I assume as my companion, much like Follows Chalk, she can't either. So we should be alright. Yeah, we just need to get these down. I mean, like, you know, it's not like there's great coverage. I feel like if you just said, hey, there's bear traps on this bridge, just, like, watch out for them. They should be able to just step around them, but apparently not, no. Though, admittedly, we do have red up ahead of us there. Could be up top, might not be. Oh, into caution already. Oh, yeah, we got a storm drummer over there. Right, never mind. Back off. Don't fall through the bridge, mind. Okay, never mind. He spotted us. Right, it's just one of them. It's just one. No, maybe not. Maybe it's two. Oh, it's just one guy and a dog. Fine. Hang on. No. Let him get nice and close, because then... Oh, okay. Kill the dog, because he's annoying. Right, there we are. Well, good stunning there. Now we just finish him off, and... Oh, her, sorry. Finish her off. My mistake. I'm glad you didn't get a shot off. Anti-material rifle, 90 damage even when in low condition. That'll do a lot of harm to you, right? Couple more, I think these are the last two. Number one. Number two. I think that's your lot. That is all the traps taken care of. Lovely, 2 XP ago. Marvellous. And there we are, the treacherous road done. Straight on past. And that leaves only one more to go. Either we kill all the bears or we collapse all the bear tunnels to, like, stop more coming out or something. I think we'll go for the tunnels. But while we're this side of the map, I actually want to quickly go and revisit, yeah, here we are, the Dead Horses Camp. For one thing I'd forgotten, thank you, comments, for reminding me. Follows Chalk, now that we've actually got past the part of the game where we did Deliverer of Sorrows, has now picked up an extra bit of dialogue. So that means, actually, I think probably we need to get rid of Waking Cloud, unfortunately, because we can't have both of them at the same time. Oh, never mind, we don't actually need to bother welcoming him back as a companion. Good, we can keep Waking Cloud, because we don't actually have to recruit him to speak to him. Yes, now, what is this obsession you have with civilization? He only starts talking about this, you can only ask him about this, after you've delivered the supplies to Daniel.
Let me tell you a story. When I was a boy, a man came through the valley with one of the caravans. Tall man. Big mustache, carried a guitar. I asked what he did for his living, and the interpreter told me he was a singer. What is that? I asked. The man explained that he went from place to place and sang for people, who gave him food and shelter and care in return. I couldn't believe that there was a place in this world where a man could do that. I promised myself then that one day I'd explore that world myself.
Now, wonderfully, of course, we actually know that guy. It's the same guy that we got a job for in the Tops. And if you actually have met him and have got him the job, there's an extra unique bit of dialogue to acknowledge that.
A job as a singer? Then it really is true.
So, Follows Chalk, what does Joshua Graham think of your desire to explore the world and possibly become a singer?
I haven't told him yet. Never had the growins.
And maybe I could speak to him on your behalf as a neutral party.
You'd do that? Sure. Sounds smart to me. He might not get so mad at you.
And there we are, new little subquest, Civilized Man's Burden. Talk to Joshua Graham about Follows Chalk's desire to see civilization. Much like Waking Cloud, this is an incredibly fast subquest, but it is worth doing because it does get him an extra bit of dialogue in the actual ending slides when we finish this DLC. So let's just nip into Angel Cave and have a quick chat to Joshua, see what his opinion is. Oh right, he's not here anymore. Wait, where's he gone? Oh yeah, he's still living way up in the Sorrows camp. Oh well, we'll nip up there. We've got plenty of food and water around here. It barely matters if we go on a long trek that technically fills up all my meters. Here he is, Joshua, just reading his book in the rain. You should probably kind of get into shelter. You're going to ruin your Bible. Now, would you believe that Follows Chalk seems like he's interested in seeing more of the world, Joshua?
I thought he might. It's been some time since I've visited civilized places. I don't have fond memories of them. But I have always seen these places from the outside. I'd rather not influence him more than I already do. Why don't you talk to him?
And indeed, as a courier and a wanderer and someone who literally goes anywhere they can and probably several places they're not supposed to go, I get the feeling I'm probably going to be encouraging him to leave, if that's alright, Joshua?
Follows Chalk needs more guidance in his life, just not from me.
And while I'm passing by Joshua, he still functions as a shop for now. Please tell me you've got some ammo on you. Oh, look at the ammo. Yes, I will trade everything I have for more ammo. In particular, I've got a flipping ton of C4 plastic explosives I've picked up from around, so I'll definitely trade you a little bit of that for all the ammo in the world. Beautiful. Joshua also actually has a repair skill of 100, which is relatively rare and very, very useful. And if you dig into his personal options a little bit, if you've got speech of 70, you can actually ask him about his burns. Are you in much pain? Is there anything I could do to help you?
You are kind to offer, but no, there's nothing you can do. We don't use chems, but I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning my skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my body to the air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
To be honest, I think he actually enjoys being this mopey. I think it brings him a lot of pleasure. And I have indeed talked to Joshua more about your thoughts on Civilization.
Yeah? What did he say?
To be honest, he said that I should tell you whatever I felt like doing. Now, the choice you make here does actually, change whether he decides to stay with his tribe or go and explore the wider world. You can actually choose to read either ending as the good or the bad one. If he stays, he's content and eventually his wanderlust just kind of burns out, which you could say, well, he's happy, or you could say, well, that's sad because he never really got to fulfill what he wanted to do. If he leaves, however, he basically disappears and he's never heard from again, which you could say, well, he went out and died, or you could say, well, he went out and had such a fun time exploring, he never wanted to come back because his eyes had been opened to the wider world. I don't really know. Personally, I find the happier ending is telling him to go and explore. Anyway, I can lie to him in either direction, just tell him that Joshua Graham told him to either stay or go, or I can tell him that actually Joshua Graham advised him to listen to me instead.
He said that? Well, I guess you have been out there more recently than he has. So, what's your advice?
Civilization isn't perfect, but neither is tribal life. You should go and see it for yourself. Yes, that strikes me as fair.
Really? You think so? Whew! I'm going to do it. After all this is over, I'm going to go explore Civilization. Dankney, Akis, I never would have had the grounds to ask him myself.
And there we are, 400 XP for that little quest being completed. Civilized Man's Burden is done. Marvellous. So yeah, now he'll get a little slide at the ending, just basically confirming he did indeed go out and, yeah, never came back, which I choose to read as a good thing, though you may choose to disagree, it's very unclear. Also, it's nice to have a fully loaded silenced pistol back in my head, especially one that looks so cool. It's a really cool looking pistol, the 45 with the silencer on the front. It's very James Bond-y. Right, back at the Zion Fishing Lodge for the final step, though I've noticed over there we do indeed have some geckos, who probably need to just quietly go down. Right, got a sneak attack critical over there, but I feel like those guys have got a fair bit of health. This is going to take a while to do. You know what'll work better? Hollow point rounds. Should make them get a shot. These things run fast and hit like a brick. So I really don't want to be taking on two of them at close range, to be honest. There you go. That'll do. Oh, yeah. That is doing the job. Down he goes. Beautiful. Right. Both of them taken out. I've burnt kind of most of my hollow point ammo, but this is kind of in all fairness what it's for. When you run to the tough creatures of Zion, yeah, it's worth taking those guys out like that. Pass by the burial mounds as well. We may well be passing by those later. I haven't actually decided which ending we're going to do yet. So, yeah, we may or may not see those later. If we go for one particular ending, we may well miss it, in fact. Right, now just climb up here. And now we just want to find our way into a cave that is... This is not the right way, is it? No, this just leads up to a hollowed out rock where there's 50 bottle caps. Well, that's nice at least. Oh, we're in danger. Right, well, that's fine. Let's just quickly paralyze you. Right, you're going to be paralysed for quite some time. So this means I can now actually, very quickly... This is the power of this thing, by the way, which is he's now pretty much dead before... Oh, what the... Oh, there was another one. Right, okay. Hang on. Just paralyse him, please. And in a minute, we'll get a critical hit. There he goes. Now he's just paralysed, and now I can finish him off. Yeah, that right there is the strength of the compliance regulator. You'll burn through your energy cells, of course, but the moment you get that paralysis, pretty much you can just run up to them with She's Embrace and murder them, which is lovely. Ooh, and we've got a Mantis Gauntlet. I can't remember if that's actually a unique weapon for this area or not. I'm trying to remember. It's not very good, to be honest, though. Admittedly, that one is in fairly low condition. So that's 22 and 48, but with bonus critical chance. Let's just quickly compare that to She's Embrace. Though, admittedly, that for me is only 31 and 55 at max condition with no bonus critical chance. So actually, you know what, I immediately take it back. That's probably when I've improved it a little bit better. So I'm going to take that along, albeit I'm going to give it straight over to you to carry for me. If I can find another one, that might actually be useful. And indeed, she's actually decided to go straight over to it. So she's decided it's better than what she's got, so that's good. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to cross over and approach from the bridge side. Dehydration levels increase. Well, that's bloody convenient. I happen to be right next to some water. Beautiful. Basically, during this DLC, whenever I've come up against, tough enemies, which is pretty much all of them, I should have just been using the compliance regulator, because the compliance regulator is amazing at that sort of thing. But never mind, I've repeatedly forgot it existed, so whatever, eh? Now, there's the cave I want, and most definitely I'm not going to be approaching from that side. I need to approach from this side, so I may need to take out some enemies. What have we got over there? Oh, that's just cubs over there. Well, that's fine. We can just snipe them off, no problem at all. There we go. That's a good shot at you guys. In fact, you're running straight at me, and down you go. Lovely. So that was the cub. I'm pretty sure I saw a second marker, though. Yeah, caution. There's something around there. I don't see it. Oh, I see something, mind. Well, whatever it is, I can get a few shots at it now. Right, that's almost dead if nothing else. Fine, now I just need to loop round here, down here, back up top to the bridge. Looks like that's all we've got right now. And then something up there doesn't mind me, probably a big horner. Now, I'm really kind of hoping, actually, I can get my way up here. Yeah, here's the bridge I haven't bothered visiting yet. Oh, yeah, one big horner in the river, that's fine. Someone's firing some guns. I don't know why you're even here, you're just here, fine. I don't see anyone else around who is firing guns, unless it's one of mine, but I don't. Oh, I see something over there, but that's probably in this area, wildlife. No, we're good. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Oh, when I say don't worry about it, there's a gecko right there. One dead gecko. And yes, indeed, it's just another young gecko. Well, that's 100% fine. You are A-okay, aren't you? And down you go to one nice silent shot. Right, that should leave just one bear up ahead of me, albeit a very low condition bear. So, is that you right there? Yeah, there you are, right there, in fact. My mistake, I thought you were the corpse, but no, you're not. You can just go down in a second. Pretty sure you just did. Very nice. Now, ooh, there's even more flipping red somewhere. Right, so I kind of... It just fell down the bridge. At some point, sooner or later, I'm going to get over this bridge. I promise, it's going to happen. Okay, this time, don't fall through the bridge. Now, I can either go that way and kill a whole bunch of bears, which, in all fairness, like, if you've just been picking up the White weapon, like the anti-material rifle, is pretty simple. For me, will be very, very difficult. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and find the cave that's right here and go and plant some explosives inside it. There's more bears in the cave, but I think you don't need to actually fight any of them. I think you can just plant the explosives and you're done. Although, when I say that, I'm going to go over to the Survivalist rifle just in case. Because I'm not sure at all. The cave map's also really confusing because you assume, like, when you see this, you're supposed to be, like, planting some C4 right there at the point where you enter the cave. Like, you're literally walking past the first one right here, but then you just kind of walk up to this spot and you never see it. It's because there's a tunnel that passes directly beneath this one, and that's where you're supposed to plant the C4. So it's very, very confusing. So instead, just head left and left and left and down and down and down, and now you will be directly underneath where you started, and here you will see that's the explosive marker there. So now you're literally replacing the marker with some actual explosives. Kind of, if you looked at it, you would have thought, oh, well, I'm actually picking up explosives. No, you've just removed a marker that's much more obvious than the explosives themselves. Now, just continue down that same passageway, swimming through. You can swim under. There's little kind of bits you can grab some oxygen while you're going along, so don't worry about that. And at the far end, you'll now be much deeper into the cave. And that tunnel there actually lets you bypass some bears, which I believe are in this area here. So if you kind of go by land, you have to fight some bears. But You can skip them all if you just go swimming. So there we are, nice and simple. We have now actually set all 3 explosives without ever fighting a bear, so the bears are still in there. So instead now we just go back the way we came, once again swimming through the submerged tunnel. There's not even that submerged. I don't think there's a single point of it where you can't just kind of dip your head out of the water. So if I want to, I don't think I actually need to even swim. Like, you just need to, like, you'll be pushed slightly into water for just like a split second, but if you just literally keep holding up, it's not really even properly submerged. It's just under here, lovely, and there we are, straight back out again. And there's bears right here! Bears! Bears! And then I... What? Okay. That's fine. I apparently, like, the moment I stepped outside, I automatically got out the mining detonator, but before that point, I got 2 flipping shots off at this bear cub, and I killed it. Maybe that was, like, supposed to be killed in the explosion. I'm generally not sure. Whatever happened, that bear's now dead, so that's good. Also, somebody have asked me in the comments, why do I always call the bears bears rather than Yaoguai? Because they're bears. I call them bears because they're bears. I don't actually know what Yaoguai means, but they're bears, so I call them bears. I didn't realise this was controversial. I apologise if you've been offended. So with those 4 quests of preparation done, and indeed the final resting place of the Survivalist located, I would say that's enough for now, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, well actually, next Sunday, is Christmas Day. There will not be an episode of New Vegas on Christmas Day. I'm taking Christmas Day off, but don't worry, there will be a video I've prepared specially, in fact, a Christmas special. Those of you who've been around for a while know I do a Christmas special every year, so you know there's been a Christmas themed thing every year. But sadly, Fallout has never actually had a Christmas themed DLC or anything, so no, we cannot do that. Because in all fairness, I feel like an entire video of me just in Fallout 4 wandering around saying, look how there's Christmas trees when the in-game clock says December 25th. That wouldn't really be that satisfying. So instead, Fallout New Vegas is back in 2 weeks. We will get an ending there. I don't actually know which one. In fact, actually, that'll be fun. Let me know in the comments which ending you think I should go for. Because I can either evacuate Zion, which I'd say is arguably the more interesting quest. Because, you know, you do a bunch of stuff to actually help out the Sorrows while they're evacuating. Or I can actually fight to save Zion, which is a lot more difficult, but it is just basically a lot of violence. So admittedly, given I've got all these kind of crappy, uninteresting guns, arguably, yeah, with extremely limited ammo too, you could argue that would actually be the more interesting one. So let me know which you would prefer. I will read those and take that into account. So Fallout New Vegas back in a couple of weeks and a Christmas special next week. But if you need something to keep yourselves entertained in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, in case you missed it, I've recently begun a series of Rome Total War, which in case you do not know, is my second favourite game of all time. Only Fallout New Vegas keeps that off the top spot. It is a game I absolutely flipping adore. So if you enjoy watching me play those sorts of games where I'm absolutely slightly worryingly in love with the game, that series has begun. Link to the full playlist on screen right now. And yesterday I played Chromagun, which is kind of like Portal, except you use colour matching and kind of colour magnets because the colours attract and then repel, and colours attack other colours because colours don't like colours that aren't those colours. So it might actually be a game about racism, I have no idea. Chromagun, that was done yesterday. That was fun. That was interesting indeed. I like games that are like Portal, but I like how Portal just started its own genre of testing chamber game with gimmick gun. I like those games. They're always good fun. And once Christmas is done, we will finish up Honest Hearts and move straight on to what I have planned for next, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nut, and this has been Fallout New Vegas Survival Mode here in Honest Hearts. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Guys, oh flip. Exit. All exit. Nav, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to R1. Go, go, go. Everyone go. Unrecognized command. No! All drones. A closed door is blocking the... Oh flip. What door is blocking the thing? A1. Oh flip. Go. Everyone go. Everyone. Oh. I've killed... Everyone's dead.